I want to share updates on my process. So, I recently stopped smoking cigarettes. Um, I've been applying not eating sugar, which I found out I fucked up on. And I have been applying sleeping 4 to 6 hours. The cigarettes, I stopped smoking January 17th. Um, it's now the 27th. So 30 days or 31. Yeah. Um, I struggled heavily with quitting cigarettes. I would go up and down quite quickly. I would smoke 3 cigarettes in a day and say, I'm quitting today. And then the next day I would wake up and smoke another 3. And that lasted for about 2 weeks of just that constant battle with myself. So I decided to write everything out within cigarettes and actually take a stand for the point instead of allowing myself to compromise myself within trust. And breathing helps. I mean, the largest point for me was friends and socializing, where I would smoke to hang around with people, in which I fell many times. And breath helped, and disassociating myself from those people, or not wanting to associate myself with those people, and standing as myself helped. And I stood as myself, as and within breath. So I had to use breath in that moment, and in those moments. Um, the stress, the same thing. It's breath. Because I would use cigarettes to escape stress. Anyways, it's been getting better. The cravings are less. The thoughts about cigarettes are less. I've been breathing a lot more. And I now do have like a complete. There's a uncertainty within me. Anyways, now when I see a pack of cigarettes on the ground, I no longer desire having a cigarette. When I think about a cigarette now, there's like a point in my like solar plexus that it just kind of it feels ill. Like I do not want to have a cigarette, and my elbows feel weak, and I get this whole feeling of like weakness when I think about smoking now. So I let it go, which is weird. The elbows are obviously the free choice, where I believe that if I can just smoke, but I know that I just can't smoke anymore, or I'm not going to allow myself to smoke simply. Uh, Sugar. Um, I was doing this well for a bit until I found out that the bread that I was eating had sugar in it. um, yeah, I read the ingredients once and I didn't see sugar. And then 3 days ago, or 4 now, 3, I read the ingredients again and I saw sugar there, and I said, okay, I just can't eat this bread anymore. But everything else I was doing fine on. Sweets weren't an issue, like donuts or what else, candy. Um, a lot of that went away. When I see sweets now, um, there is still a bit of a craving there. But again, there's no more free choice for me. I just don't allow myself to participate in that. So yeah, sugar, I mean, it doesn't really feel any different because I believed that I wasn't eating any sugar, and through that belief, I mean, I yeah, it's the exact same point. It's not like now that I know that I was having sugar and there's this huge like relapse in my body. No, I mean, it feels exactly the same. And that point too, usually I would get pissed off at myself for being ignorant, for ignoring the fact that I should check it again. Um, just being blind, really. And I just took it in stride. I said, okay, that's fine. So sleeping, I was doing well in sleeping 4 to 6 hours, probably about a month ago or 2 months ago, and recently I've been sleeping a lot more. The main point for me is waiting. So when I work nights, which is on the weekend, I'll sleep uh, like before I work, so I'm not up for 24 hours or plus. And then usually I'll say to myself that I'm going to not sleep when I get home, when I get off of work. And I usually wait for the library to open, so I have that goal there. But in waiting for that goal or that point to open up within the day, I sleep. I say, fuck it, I'm gonna sleep. I don't take that point and, well, yeah, what I realized today is that I can take that point and just actually experience myself within the moment. Like, I have no pre planning for myself, I have no goals, I have no plans to hold myself to. So within that moment, I can do whatever. Except I've been uh, sleeping. I wanted to say the word choosing and deciding, but it just didn't feel right. So sleeping is getting yeah, I mean, it's not getting harder, it's not getting easier, it's just my diligence, it's my application of myself. I mean, it's either do it or don't, and I have been willingly giving up on that point just so that I can experience sleep. And sleep is directly related to the responsibility for myself. Meaning that I know that I have shit to do and shit that needs to be done within the day. And when I sleep in, I abdicate my responsibility for doing that shit. Just like the point of going to the library, I would sleep and I would wake up. I would wake up when the library opens, and I would just say fuck it and just still sleep because I wanted that experience. I wasn't taking responsibility for myself in getting up. I wasn't responding to the reality of the situation. So there's been a point that I've been struggling on as well. The feeling of tiredness It's not real, but it definitely has an effect on me. When I get home from work, usually I will feel exhausted because I usually think quite heavily during work, and this like weakness comes in my forearms where I just kind of I sit there and I start to close my eyes and my eyes start to get heavy, and I would participate in thoughts of being tired. And so one thing that I did that was helping myself out was just breathing very, very heavily, just and just yeah, giving myself that oxygen, I suppose. Um, and that helped. That helps because usually it's during a video or watching TV that I'll start to feel tired and I'll start to just close my eyes and drowse off. And when I notice that, I just start to breathe very hard and wake myself up because it usually lasts for maybe an hour, half an hour to an hour, that feeling of just complete tiredness. And then after that, it just disappears. So that's one thing that I've been doing to help sleep, except again, my responsibility for myself in not sleeping when I'm waiting or when I have time to kill or waste. I just waste time with sleep. So that's like the main point that I've been falling on. So that's an update on smoking, sugar, and sleep. Um, yeah, I'll do another update when I know that it's been quite a while from sugar and when I have slept. Then I'll let you know how that went.